All right. We got quite a bit of work with here. I'm going to actually make sure I have a sticky note ready to go. Everything else should be set. And that should be the AO here. So, we have two different factions here. Let's go ahead and write up our prediction as well. So, let's see. Blue 4 is... Okay. All right. We're going to set this for 20 minutes. Shorten that to DF. All right, there we go. So we got a prediction going in play. It's going to be between Separatists and Chernar's Defense Forces. So Blue 4 is the Defense Force. Op 4 is going to be your Separatist forces here. If you want a full description of what's going on, do the mission command. That'll give you a link to show you how everything's going. Ilbanek, how you doing? Ghost Wolf, how are you? DZY, what in POG and military technologies? The POG op is later tonight. That's going to be about 5 hours. Actually, 4.5. That one's going to be a little more on the casual side. I wanted to give him something simple tonight after the insanity that was Pay for Pain. But I hope you're all doing all right. Coolany, welcome. Let's see. This is going to be about a 95-person PvP operation. So here is the map. You've got a data storage center, an explosives depot, a kindergarten, and then the supremacy bonus. Now let me quickly look at the point values again to remind myself of what is going on here. So breaking everything down, here are the 4 different methods that either side can score points today. So, one neutral objective, it is the kindergarten, regarded as the center of this town. Sorry, just random thought occurred to me. I'll talk about it later. Whoever has control of this area by the end of the AO will get 4 points. Now, there is an ammo depot, specifically a truck filled with explosives at the ammo depot. If that truck stays alive, then Op 4 gains points. If it is destroyed, then Blue 4 gains points. I'm actually having trouble seeing. I think this is the Blue 4 spawn, and this is the Op 4 spawn, but I could be wrong. But otherwise, we have a small data storage over here. That is worth 2 points if Blue 4 is able to take the data. But if Op 4 is able to hold the data site before it's taken, then that's worth 2 points. And then the supremacy bonus, if either side is able to knock each other out to 5 men or less, they gain 5 points here. But otherwise, this is a pretty nice map. This is the map that you see, whatchamacallit, DayZ run on. And from what I recalled, a lot of the map was unfinished, but looking at it from this POV, I'm going to fly around a little bit, but it looks like they actually finished the entire map in a late update. So that's pretty cool to see all of that done. It's funny, like way back when, 2 years ago, I had a DayZ base. We were right up here. That was good times, man. But yeah, so that's going to be really cool to see. They even have that little corner zone. But this is all north of the northeast airfield. And we'll see how things go. So a few notes on the mission here, first and foremost. You'll find ammo for your pistols in the boxes. Kindergarten was built over an old bunch of abandoned buildings. Beware, military maps probably have not updated with this information, so that's to state that they've got some custom buildings in place on that area. Weapons are relatively the same on each side. Rebels have been given black AKs and weapons. Nationalists still use AKs with wooden parts. Interesting. All HE shells have been taken out of vehicles. Only armor-piercing ammo is available. So I think there's going to be tanks involved tonight. But we'll see how things go with that. Otherwise, only tank crew can repair the VIX. Data storage and explosive objectives lock after 70 minutes. All right. That's normally a 90-minute round. We'll get into that later. If you want more gaming, there's a bonus round after the main mission. Nice. Did Ilbenex say anything new? No, he did not. Okay, because he is working on something for a bonus round that I would love to participate in later. The region has been torn apart between forces of the militia and the army fighting. Recently, National Army has launched a large-scale offensive to put an end to the uprising and retake control of the area. All objectives are considered of extreme importance by both parties to the conflict. If the National Army doesn't neutralize the explosives, they will be used by the rebels to blow up infrastructure and industry in the region. Data storage contains enough proof that foreign intervention to condemn half of the former socialist republics. Rumor also say a place used to be a cryptocurrency farm. Kindergarten is simply a fortress. Taking it will give great advantage to whichever side manages to control it by the end of the day. All right. So Blue 4 is going to be the main attacking faction. Op 4 is going to be the main defending faction. Yeah, right, Zam. We'll see how everything goes. But I do want to use this map. I was waiting for it to be finished to use it for a campaign as like a prelude to DayZ, and now that it's finished, I'm going to actually see if I can look back into it, but that'll be like the third campaign in line I have for TSB, so I just got to squirrel that all away, put it on my shelves, and then when I need to, I can pull them out of here, so that's quite nice. Otherwise, I hope everyone is doing A-okay. Feel free to make any predictions. There is going to be armored assets on both sides, including tanks. I just don't see a specific vehicle breakdown. So it looks like for Blue 4, multiple squads of infantry, a mix of assault, support, and recon squads on both sides. Op 4 is going to have 2 SPG-9 UAZs, 2 Dishka UAZs, 3 transport trucks, and 2 transport UAZs, 2 NSV statics, 2 Cord statics as well. So the Cord is the standing up 12.7 millimeter. The NSVs are the sit down 12.7 millimeter. Oh, we're going to see breacher kits here. I'm seeing Saigas on the Op 4 side. Interesting. But Blue 4 is going to get a tank. They're going to get a helicopter. They have an Mi-8 that can't be stolen. That's probably for the helicopter crew. 2 Gazes, 1 T-80UM, 5 transport UAZs, 2 Dishka UAZs, 1 fuel truck, and 1 repair truck. Interesting. Very interesting. So I mentioned Falcon earlier, and I'm actually going to DM him right now to tell him he's missing a good round. Because he excels at urban warfare. But that's okay. He's busy playing DayZ. I've got a DayZ meme that I put on Twitter that I'm going to probably post in a few days because I want to give it a bit of time. But we had a Tyrannosaurus Rex literally scale a 5-story wall and come over and try to eat us. It was interesting, to say the least.
Send in Goat Team 6.
Drunk Firebear, thanks for the 5-month resub, my friend. I hope you keep enjoying the operations. I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Whew, come with the memes. Nice. Fun fact, Bloodwing and I were going to release a video. We're going to record it today to release it tomorrow, but it's going to show me opening a pickle jar. So none of you can talk shit about me not able to open pickle jars anymore, all right? I am the man of the house. I open the pickle jars. And that is... that's all I'm going to say about it, all right? Don't you worry. Don't you freaking worry. We did have a power surge. Before I started the stream, so I had to quickly restart everything because it, you know, cut power and everything. So I'm hoping one doesn't happen again. It's really windy outside, so if I randomly disappear, that's probably because of... the power surge, so I'll try to get back ASAP. That jar was pre-opened? No, Mox, I'm going to show you that that jar is not open, all right? I put a picture of it in my Discord, all right? It is not open. It'll be cut before... Shut up. No. No, it'll prove everything, guys. It'll prove everything.
Warm welcome, shall we?
But otherwise, getting back to the scenario here with Blue 4 attacking, this is not a really good tank-friendly map, especially with Op 4 having 2 SPG-9 cars to hunt that tank down. And then helicopter-wise, too, it's also not that good of a helicopter map. There's quite a few good LZs they could utilize, but they're all really close to the objective area. I know OFCRA really likes to play things cautiously, so what we might actually see is these forces come all the way around over here and then take the MSR up and maybe try to sweep the objectives left to right. It's important to note, though, that kindergarten worth 4 points. You got to control that by the end of the round. Explosive Depot and the data storage get locked out after 70 minutes, so the last 20 minutes can be committed to the kindergarten. But I'd imagine Blue 4 is probably going to try to do a two-pronged attack for the data storage and the explosive depot at the same time. Op 4 has no choice but to split their forces between the two. And then I don't know how much wiggle room we're going to see for the two SPG-9 cars to hunt down that tank. But at the same time, the tank doesn't have a lot of wiggle room to counter those areas. You know, it's just very tight and forested areas, really hilly. Heck, these are pretty steep ridges here in some parts, so it's not the best environment for this armor asset and the assets to counter that armor respectively. I'd imagine we're probably going to see that tank misplayed, but at the same time, there's not really a good way to play it. I mean, this open area here would be decent, but I mean, that puts you literally within short-range RPG, whatever, you get my point. Basically, infantry can engage it at that point. And then the SPG-9 could find a way on this ridge and fire at it from distance. I mean, it's tough. Yeah, righto, Ezio. Ezio is on the multi, by the way. So if you want to see an on-the-ground POV, make sure you type !multi. I think I forgot to add that command.
Let's give him a warm welcome,
in the chat. There we go. And we'll see how this all goes. I'm going to be honest. Normally, I'm able to say, you know, based off of the assets, based off of what we have on either side, who might have a slight advantage, but the only one I can really play right now is a defender advantage, but at the same time, it's very CQC because of the forested areas right on top of the town, so there's a lot of ways Blue 4 can get their forces in. I guess Op 4 could set their guys up in positions to try to bottleneck where these forests come in on, but even then, this is a mess to defend, but it's a mess to attack. It's going to really fall on who has the better CQC. No, Mox. No. It's tough to say. Otherwise, we're going to be pushed in a few minutes. Going down the list real quick, we have the guy who I can't even begin to tell you how to pronounce. I'm just going to call it Karen because that's what it looks like. So Karen on Blue 4, Kilo on Blue 4, Ziki on Op 4, one of, if not the best player here. FAWR on Op 4, Ezio, Roland, Settler, Veld on Blue 4, TK Llama Op 4, Rick Hunter Blue 4, Abe Blue 4, Alfred Blue 4, Chonklick, probably butcher that, Blue 4, Bardic, Heim, Op 4, Benares Blue 4, Black, Bob Winchester, there we go. So that is the sound of, I don't even know how many people getting transferred into the TFAR channel.
Hello.
Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and start with Op 4 here. So, showing everything here. Duck, give me a second. I got to finish this, and then I'll talk to you about that. So we got the two armed Dishka UAZs. We got the two static cords, two static NSVs. Again, 50-round statics, and they only have, I think, 5 additional boxes, so it's not a lot of ammo. And then we got these three transport. I think those are ZIL or something else, but it's basically a transport car. And then you got the 2 SPG-9s, which are going to be used to hunt those tanks. Again, only AP rounds, no HE rockets or whatnot. But otherwise, weaponry, it looks like these Rebel forces basically have woodland kits. We're seeing, looks like AK-74s. I'm seeing SVDs, some camo patterned AK-74s as well. A lot of plastic and polymer here. Some GP systems. Some RPG-18s. I know there's a Saiga around in here too. I saw a few kits that had that little shotgun there. There's the Saiga. And then we got some RPGs as well. I'm trying to spot if there's any machine gunner rolls. But I'm actually not seeing any auto riflemen or MGs.
Yeah. Whatever your frequency is, fellas, assign it yourselves and put it on the map.
Oh, okay.
I'm looking. I don't see any
En français, pardon.
auto riflemen here. It's all just rifleman based. And then some marksmen with PGO scopes. Probably butchered that.
Non, non, c'est... Ah, tu cherches le bouton, quand même.
So no surprise. Okay, no, here we go. So there's a PKP right there. But that's the only PKP gunner I see.
Yes, you have it on.
Interesting.
Of course he fucking is, dude.
All right, so not a lot there. We got a few people reconnecting because they got dropped because, again, pushing 95 people in the server at the same time can be a little costly. Otherwise, looking at Blue 4, here's that T80UM. Oh, mwah, what a tank. 2 Dishka UAZs that are armed, some transport UAZs, 2 gas trucks, a fuel, and a repair, but no ammo truck. These guys are also rocking 74s, but with backlight mags, which are the orange ones. And they've got some wood stocks on them as well. What is that abomination of a gun? I have no idea what that is. It's a thick AK. We're gonna go with that. We're basically seeing a mirror match of kits just in different textures. So I'd imagine these guys have a PKP somewhere as well. But again, I think they're meant to be on the rare side, maybe for the support teams. And then the crewmen are getting PP 2000s. The pilots get carbines. Interesting. All right, well, otherwise, 5 minutes remaining. Let's go ahead and look at everything. So Kilo's going to be commanding for Blue Force. Smith is going to be his 2IC. He's got Cheeseburg and Ivno with him. Alpha's going to be led by Jonathan with Manchote. This is an OFCRA squad. Manchote, head honcho of OFCRA. He's got Murdy, Zatarka, Mr. White, PHK with him. NAW, Nari, I'm going to call him, is leading Bravo with Andre as a 2IC. He's got Zero Unknown, Dennis, Devil, Abi, and Knockern with him. Tackle leading Charlie with Rick Hunter as the 2IC with Fleech. Masquerade, I always butcher that. Rusk and Alfred together. Pogo underscore, really good player with Juno, 2IC with Shadow. Ezio, heart of the multi, who's got an RPK actually. So I think there are RPKs on both sides. I just haven't been able to spot a lot of them. But yeah, no, I mean, you see that like Murdy's got an RPK. Ezio has an RPK, so it might be this side has the RPKs and the other side has the PKPs. But you got Danny Swede, Big Mac, and Benares with him. Vexen, another good player with Giovanni as the 2IC. Solopol, not even going to try to pronounce those two. Steel, Skipu, and Despu all together. Adamek, another great player with Valdernek. And then Deathhawk, Damex, Kuwait, Maddie, Diaz, and Settler with him. Again, if you know what gun that is, I'd like to know, because that's the first time I've ever seen that one. That reminds me of something we'd have in like TSB assets. That's pretty cursed. And then Hotel has Callie and Roland. I think they're crewman kits. Yep, for the T80U. Looking over at Op4, commanding is NASA, my usual liaison to OFCRA events. He is a pretty good commander. We'll see what he is able to pull today. We've got FAWR in the first group. Second group also has FAWR. Denver leading Bob Winchester 2IC with Sky Online, Parthius, Back to the House, Logic, Nubass, and Rigel. And again, they have a weird variant, like a little shorty version of that AK that I don't even recognize. What's the gun? Let me look again, see if I can find it. Oh, wow, they have freaking shotgun kits. That's cute. It's only if I'll be able to find it again. But yeah, no, they have RPKs. Yeah, this. I have no idea what that is. Looks cool, though. It's like a little stubby version. But we got Heim leading with Popsy, Dexvo, Liskiat, Win, and Bartek. Bluck, great player, leading Doritos, Shea, Crab, Lemur, and Wombat. Ilbanek leading Brewer, TK Llama, Zicky, and Seal William, I believe is the 2IC. I haven't seen Zixme in a while. We see Zicky all the time, but usually Zicky and Zixme were like the antitheses to each other. An AK-12 Stubby. Nice. Pogo's birthday is today? Nice. Well, let's hope Pogo underscore does well. He is on Blue 4. But we'll see how all of that goes. Let's quickly take a look at these AOs here. So let's go look at the explosive depot that appears to be in this building. And it has this truck. This is the objective, worth 3 points if OFCRA can defend it for 70 minutes. But if Blue 4 can destroy it within the first 70 minutes of the round, then, 3 points are assigned to either side. Then you have the quote-unquote Bitcoin farm. Somewhere up here, yeah, you see these server racks and everything. That's funny. But somewhere up here is something, shoot. I think it's in here, yeah. So this is a small data cache. That is worth 2 points to either side. Again, only for the first 70 minutes. If Blue 4 takes it, they get 2 points. If Op 4 manages to prevent Blue 4 from touching it, they get to 2 points. And then you have the kindergarten, which is heavily fortified McGee over here. Oh, that's cute. Yeah, that's just cute. Okay, well, learning is, I guess... Yeah, well then. So, whoever controls this zone by the end of the round in the 90 minutes gets, freaking 4 points. Sorry, I just find, I find it unsettling to have warfare in, you know, areas of learning. It just feels very foreign to me, to say the least. Ay, ay, ay. Regardless, and then you have the supremacy bonus. If either side's able to whittle down the opponent to 5 or less people, then that side gains 2 points. So, we'll see how everything goes here. People coming in last second to try to get back in because they might have gotten disconnected. Yeah, it's almost as unsettling as the Pripyat art. Exactly. I'm getting the same exact vibes from it. Just that, you know, abandoned feeling, but then knowing this is going to be a place where there's a lot of people that's going to be fighting for it. But, you know, just unsettling. So I imagine the tank's best bet is to come up on this ridge, but I know Op4 is going to know that, so they're going to set something up here. But otherwise, round has begun. Can someone let me know how the predictions went? I'm always curious about something like that. Blue 4 quickly deploying a few groups, opting not to take their helicopter. It did have some PKTs on it, but I imagine they didn't take it because Op4 has multiple Dishka UAZs, multiple cord statics. I mean, that MI8 could get shot down very, very easily, but you hear that tank also powering up as well, so we'll see how these guys decide to deploy. Otherwise, Op4 immediately pushing forces up. That's a transport SPG-9, followed by another transport SPG-9, a transport truck. The, wow, no. Are they not deploying any of their armed? We've got one that's deployed. The other one has also been deployed somewhere. They're keeping one of the Dishka UAZs back here. So where is that other armed one? There it is. You can see the symbol on the back. So they're going to do a wide flank here, but it looks like Op4 is actually planning a bit of a defense in detail here. They're going to try to hold the southernmost town as a blocking position for any Blue 4 forces that are going to take a direct route. However, we are seeing Blue 4 going to other areas instead. But I imagine Op4 wants to hunker this position down to prevent the tank from going on any overwatch positions over the town itself. But yeah, this terrain is a very, very tough one. A stands for atrocity, B stands for biochemical weapons, C stands for cluster munitions. You guys are so horrible. Never change. My God. Isn't fighting in a school considered illegal? In terms of the Geneva Convention, no. Actually, I don't know the exact definition, but I don't believe so, no. Hospitals are, but if you find out that the hospital or the religious site is being utilized for enemy activity, then you are allowed to bomb it. But yeah, rules of war, blah, blah, blah. This is just a fun little OFCRA PvP match, and we're going to treat it as such. All right, otherwise, Op4 also deploying to this coastal town here. And otherwise holding as is. You got some more Op4 forces coming around, might try to form a blocking position at that T intersection. You have this spot right here. Some units are starting to go off on foot. Some groups are also breaking away. So yeah, Op4 really hoping for a defense in detail here, but Blue 4 might have found a good gap to get right behind. I'd imagine these Vics are coming back to get to the data storage site. So these forces are probably going to run into that.
Am I the only one that thinks of YMCA while reading that acronym?
God damn it, Modadic. I wasn't thinking it personally, but I can see how you would. But thank you for the 57-month resub. 3 more months, and I think there's one more badge that I haven't shown yet. I have to actually go look to see if I have that new badge ready to go. But thanks so much for all the support, man. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. All right, so we're seeing a bit of a battle line forming here. I'm a little worried about this force for Op4, because I feel like this force is going to be able to slip past, get to the data storage, and then defend the kindergarten early. These guys are actually entrenching, which to me shows they're actually going to plan to hold there for a while. What? Huh. There's more blue force shooting. What's going on? What just happened? Well, that one's getting written down. All right. Yeah, blue on blue. Blue 4 just decided to eliminate their Charlie team. I don't really know what happened there. Huh. That's... So we're getting a lot of disconnects because I think that was the casualties of Blue 4. Blue 4, I think, had a slight number advantage. I think that's gone at this point. I'm thinking to myself, I've never seen a squad wipe to friendly fire like that. What actually just happened there? Here, hold on, I'm unmuting.
Putain, mais c'est un TK en plus.
Ah, bah j'étais sûr que c'était un TK, je me suis dit,
Oh
c'est pas possible.
putain, mais c'est des dégénérés mentaux.
Je me suis dit, c'est pas possible qu'on chope
Ah
des
ouais.
gars assez rapide, quoi.
Ah ouais. C'est quoi ces mecs?
Yeah, they're speaking French.
Pewnie nasi, no to są nasi, no to kurwa już...
Quand tu vois le nombre de bleus qu'il y a autour, quoi.
Ah, je me disais, c'est pas possible qu'on s'est déjà chopé du monde. Bon, il y avait des rouges pas si loin, mine de rien, mais...
Ouais, ils sont de l'autre côté, là, dans la ville, mais...
So now I'm gonna get any English in there, but if you understood that French, let me know. But I honestly don't know what happened there. You're gonna have your actual first bit of contact here in a second because Blue Force decided to hold this position. Oh. Call that out. Call that out. He saw you. Shoot him back. Yep, so they're holding this ridge. We got Op4 now pulling back from that area. So they're smoking, they're pulling away. This might open this team to come around and do a flank, but we have these guys kind of holding here. We have two people that have been picked off, actually, weakening this left flank for Blue 4. This group might become overwhelmed at this point. I appreciate that they're shooting in this angle, but they need to start listening to those gunshots and realize they're being flanked on the left. Hold up, now Op4 is now firing at their own dudes. What? So this group's coming around to flank. They're going to engage in CQC. Blue 4 knows they're coming. We see some shots immediately going out. Some pretty good enfilading fire going. One of them gets taken out, unfortunately. We need to see some grenades. We might see a bit of a wide flank here. I'm trying to click on him to get his name. That's Andre. He's gotten 1 kill so far. Some grenades going in. We might have some Blue 4 coming around on the left side here. And then Blue 4 has somehow deployed themselves in the... How did you... What a confusing round. I don't see Andre anymore. He's pulled back and he's going prone. Not a really good spot to be in. You're very open there. We got NAW here trying to get a pick off. But he is unable to. He's still got an uncautious guy right there. He got hit a few times because he was standing in the open. But this Op4 group's pulled back. They're holding because they don't know the situation here. But I don't know how Blue 4 is able... How did they get this pincer made? And why is OFCRA just chilling on the road? What? Oh, to get the static out. Oh my god, they're going to get ambushed. They're actually going to get ambushed. What is this round so far? Just this massive back and forth. GL's going in. They were a little high. Truck's now going to start driving. We'll see if that AT's ready to go. There's the rocket. Instead, it fires into the infantry. Yeah, they were trying to pull statics out. Now we need to see this other half of the pincer push in. No, dude, check your right. Check your right. What are you... Oh my god. And they don't know he's here. Maybe Solopole saw him? Oh my god, Oliver's actually in a really good spot. I think Solopole saw this. Oliver, I think, is going to try to get out of here, but... Oliver, if I were in your shoes, I'd push, because he didn't know you were there. So what's to say these guys know you're there? Grenades being thrown over. That is going to be close to Sol. He might have pulled up enough. Yep. Now they're panicking. So we have a lot of weird position of contact. This Blue 4 group's starting to get encircled. And we have this UAZ. This is Command. Did you? No. No. Bob. Every time a rocket misses point blank, my heart hurts a little bit. All right, I'm sorry. That's just me personally. I get it, though. Those close range sights are a bit of a bitch to utilize. Because they, at like point blank range, always over range. You got to switch to the other one. Oh, Vax, get him. Vax, get him. Okay, good enough. Yeah, I told you, Oliver's in a perfect position. Now he's getting shot at and taken out. All right, yep. That's enough. That's enough. All right, 2-for-1 deal. The rest of this group's getting ambushed. There is still an OPFOR group right here that this force is going to have to fight through. Let's look back over at this group, because I'm pretty sure that Blue 4 command group was able to get away. This is a very quick round. So normally I divide... also, to the guy that came in saying he just bought Arma, I'll have to address it later because this round has been utter chaos so far. I'm sorry to say. Just DM me on Discord. We can take care of that. But I divide OFCRA among 3 30-minute sections. You got early game, mid game, and end game. We're still in early game. Early game is usually dedicated to a lot of maneuvering, but because this was such a small AO, we were able to push off to major combat in the beginning, but... it's really tough to tell who has the advantage. A lot of Blue 4's forces are tied up against OPFOR trying to do some systematic defense. I would even argue counterattacking. Blue 4, they still have this pretty sizable group here, which I think could go on match, if not slightly overpower that position. But OPFOR has committed so much in this counterattack that I think this round's going to be over early, in my honest opinion. There's always a second match with OFCRA. It's a 30-minute bonus round, but I never cover it. Usually because I have to duck away. You're more confused when you started? Yeah, Duck, I'm sorry. I'd recommend you start with a tutorial, maybe a little bit of the vanilla campaign, and then go from there. Try to find a good public server or something. All right, so we got Blue 4 on this ridge. They're firing into OPFOR forces down the valley. We do have TK Llama coming around, though. He could get close. He's going to spot that guy skylining, but he quickly pulls back. He wasn't spotted, though. Hey, Mel. Been a hot second. Hope you're doing okay. But yeah, Duck, I'd recommend 77 JSOC, JSOC, 77TH. Or Ahoy World, if they still even have public Invade and NX servers. That's a pretty great place to start. But I would also say just find an Arma community from your favorite YouTuber or streamer. Myself, Rubix, Remy. If you want to go right into Milsim, 1st MEU, or 15th MEU, or Jester814's community, Dyslexi's community. Though I think he only allows for people that have actually played the game for a while. if I recall correctly. I could be wrong in that assumption, though. If you want something like Halo-y, there's the first MU with Serentic. There's plenty of Star Sims out there if you want a lot of cancer with your game. There's a lot. There's a lot to look for. And then there's, you know, a bunch of small pocket communities that have small scale ops, but they do things like Anti-Stasi servers, Mike 4 servers with the Prairie Fire CDLC, their own small scale ops. It's a lot. It's like Gary's Modern Minecraft. You got to find what you're looking for first. You got to do a lot of searching, but once you find it, you're going to fall in love with it. Or you won't, and then you'll find something else. Rinse and repeat. All right, so it looks like OpFor were able to fully pursue and take out the remaining Blue 4 guys in this region. Blue 4 pushing around over here, though, might have a good counterattack. Mr. Dave in a bit of a weird position, too, on his own. I wonder if Falcon's still watching. What does he think that, you know, Mr. Dave, he seems to be more than 500 meters away from any specific group. I wonder if he'll get in trouble, right, Falcon? We got some grenades going off over here. I think OpFor still thinks there might be more Blue 4 groups
Send in goat
over here, but we're just going to have to wait and see, because now Blue 4 is going to basically have to do a lot of maneuvering. OpFor is going to have to do a lot of re-maneuvering, maybe pulling back to their defensive lines at the actual objectives, but we'll see what happens. I think the next major engagements are going to be this forested area, and then this Blue 4 group coming over to actually hit the data storage site. But otherwise, Evolodi, thanks for the 6-month resub. That gets you a Sergeant Bad. Hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I do hope you get a nice kick out of this OFCRA match. And then Angel, thanks for gifting out a sub to Depata, or Depat. I hope I'm not butchering it, but regardless, hope you keep enjoying the operations as well, both of you, and I hope you get a nice kick out of this little OFCRA match. So we also have this guy on his own, a lone marksman. I guess he didn't get transport, just running to his previous position was. I'm going to be honest, I think OpFor has the slight number advantage right now. Blue 4 still has their tank in reserve. But looking at the roster here... Actually, no, we got one... How many squads active do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4... Yeah, so OpFor has a slight number advantage here. Just because some of the groups for Blue 4 are partials. Oh. Hey, look, it's the DDoS. So that was about 38 minutes in. All right, cool. Yeah, no, because, again, there's someone actively DDoSing everything I'm doing these days, which is unfortunate. Yeah, and that's the weird thing, too. It's a brand new server as well. But no, I'll talk to NASA. What we'll probably end up doing is, I'll look over everything, but this happened last week. They were able to stop it in time. But with the huge trail of disconnects. That's unfortunate. Yeah, everyone crashed out of TeamSpeak too as well. I don't know, it's weird tracking all of the different DDoSs going on, because right now, all I'm able to see is it's TSB and OFCRA. But anything else I cover at the same time slots doesn't get affected. The DayZ server got hit once, so I'm just trying to find the correlation. You know what I mean? It's difficult to do. Because it does make me think I'm the linchpin, you know, with the streaming. But it's very difficult to tell. All right, there's everything disabled. DDoS time. I know, Mod. But, you know, this happened last week around the same amount of time passed before anything happened. It's because I started the stream earlier on that, too. So it's just something I can't rule out, you know? But usually there's only one hit and then they go away. But yeah, that's kind of got to suck because, you know, some people were marauding around. Plus, I'd imagine a few people got DC'd. Because now OPFOR looks like they're hurting a little bit. But we still have both commanders either dead or alive, depending on what happened. But I also know they have a system in place. Well, yeah, no, I'll have to go chat with them and see how they want to proceed. Because I don't mind taking a break, you know what I mean? Because clearly there's some sort of malicious state actor, but it's weird that because I've been tracking how everything's been going with these rounds, and I can't tell if it's something against me personally or just specific communities. And I feel like they make it out to be me, but again, they're only targeting specific communities. So at the same time, I feel like it's only against specific communities. Because if it was against me, I should be getting hit a lot more often. You know what I mean? It's weird. Oh dear. Oh dear. Ah, hey, look, it's going again. It's always interesting to see all this go down, though. And there goes the TeamSpeak again. All right, well, I mean, let's go back to Duck's question. Duck, are you still here? But yeah, no, we'll just go over everything. New communities for Arma 3. It's just all about searching. Two great places to look is Reddit Find a Unit and the Arma 3 official Discord. Oh, there's a red chain. Whole server might have just been taken out. Nice. All right, well, means I'm off the hook today. So now I can go play more DayZ and get that streamed. Yeah, what's that? We'll talk about that later. But no, it's Thursday, not Friday. But otherwise, that should be it for today. I'm gonna go reach out to someone and go play more DayZ. Otherwise, we'll be back later for something else. So thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Cheers. Have a good one.